Dave Moody has been involved with NASCAR since 1983. He's been that familiar voice on MRN since 1997. NASCAR fans have been able to listen to his SiriusXM NASCAR radio talk show since 2003. In other words, his voice resonates. This week, that voice took to Twitter and shared some eye-opening words about his thoughts on the state of NASCAR after the latest television ratings came out and showed that the sport's decline in viewership totals continues on a rapid descent. And as he noted, it's a disturbing sign. The start of the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series season offered several reasons for fans to be excited, including the first ever race held inside of a stadium at the LA Memorial Coliseum and drivers competing in the unproven next-gen car. That enthusiasm to watch the new car carried over throughout the season, with assists from controversies like the Denny Hamlin-Ross Chastain conflict and drivers sustaining concussions. It all combined to equal an increase in television ratings. The 2022 NASCAR Cup Series season averaged 3.03 million viewers across Fox, FS1, NBC, and USA Network, up 2% from 2021 and its 3 million viewers. The year-over-year increase grew to 4% if you included the exhibition Clash. 8 races through the 2023 campaign, and it appears the novelty of the next-gen car and racing inside a stadium have worn off, and in a big way. At least that's what the television ratings seem to indicate. Starting at this year's version of the Clash, the viewership numbers for every single race in 2023 are down compared to last year, and significantly in most cases. The Clash raised the first red flag with numbers down 14.8% compared to 2022. Daytona and Fontana also showed declines, but at 7.7% and 5.6% respectively. Unfortunately for NASCAR officials, those two smaller declines have proven to be the exceptions rather than the rule. Since Auto Club, viewership numbers have dramatically decreased by double digits in every race. Double digits. Here they are. Las Vegas down 12.2%, Phoenix down 15.1%, Atlanta down 14.5%, COTA down 16.1%, and Richmond down 41.8%. Say what? No, that's not a misprint, but let's give it some context. This year's spring race at Richmond was aired on FS1. Last year it aired on Fox. That's the reason for such a sharp decline. However, comparing it to last year's first Sunday Cup race that aired on FS1, it was still down 11.9%. All those numbers are undeniably ugly. Nobody really wants to talk about that unpleasantness. Enter Dave Moody. On Wednesday, the veteran broadcaster shared on Twitter just what he thought about the precipitous drop in ratings. Not at all interested in excuses or sugarcoating. The decline is troubling for NASCAR, teams, and fans, he tweeted. Unsurprisingly, he also talked about it on his show. But regardless of where the topic is discussed, the facts remain. NASCAR fans are tuning in less this year than they did last year to watch races. There are a lot of theories why, but a popular one is NASCAR isn't alone. Other sports, like the NFL, are seeing drops as well, as the number of houses using televisions, or HUT, is down. It's an undeniable fact that a lot of folks have cut the cord and aren't watching regular network or even cable television as often. Today, there are so many entertainment options, from streaming services like Netflix to platforms like where you're watching this video. While that's true, so is this. The Major League Baseball season just started, and in the season premiere game carried on NASCAR's first half of the season broadcast partner Fox, which featured the Giants and Yankees, 2.21 million viewers tuned in, the network's largest audience in a decade for a game broadcast in the afternoon. What's interesting is on Sunday, not long after 2.3 million viewers tuned in for the NASCAR race in Richmond, a record 9.9 million tuned in to watch the Women's College Basketball Championship between Iowa and LSU. Peak viewership hovered around 12.6 million. It's hard to compare the Richmond race to the Women's Basketball Championship because of its significance. One is a single event out of a 36-race schedule, while the other is the biggest game of the year. So to be fair, let's compare the women's game to NASCAR's Super Bowl, the Daytona 500, and NASCAR still comes out the loser. This year's Daytona 500 garnered 8.17 million total viewers, or an 8% decrease from the year before. Its peak viewership was 10.1 million viewers. It was the third lowest audience in history. To further magnify the point, the 6 lowest audiences for the Daytona 500 have occurred in the last 6 years. As Moody pointed out, and the numbers suggest, NASCAR has a problem when it comes to viewership. But it seems to be a problem across the board as more sports and race fans are spending their valuable time watching things outside of television. That includes streaming sports, like the MLS on Apple TV. What's interesting is NASCAR is currently in talks with the teams about a new television contract starting in 2025. The question is, how many fans will actually be watching?